You know that digital creation is not really all about you, right? Yes, it's about the people. And today it's all about giving the people what they want. But even though it's not truly about you, it is all about you. I'm going to show you what I mean about how it's all about you. In order for you to be able to give the people what they want, you have to be the person that people want. So what do I mean by that? There are certain kind of people that you follow, and there are certain kind of people that I follow. And there's a reason for that. I like to follow people who are on the journey to where I'm trying to go, or even ahead of me. And it's interesting because sometimes I will follow people who are even behind me just to see where they're going, because you never know what that could do for you in the future. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as we go through this, because today I am going to go through about 4 different things, or 4 chapters from the book by John C. Maxwell, The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader, which is becoming the person that people want to follow. Last week, what I did for you all was I went through the first 6 chapters, which were the 6 C's. And what I did was I explained to you how all of those things were so important for you to be able to have so that you can be the person that people want to follow. Today, though, takes it a whole lot deeper. Today is going to show you how you can even more become the person that people want to follow and give the people what they want from what's within you already. So the first thing I want to talk about is discernment. Now, many of us don't like to talk about things like that, but let's just be honest. We have to get to the root of what's going on inside of us in order for us to bring those things out of us that we know are there. True success comes from being able to face the facts, from being able to do the things that you have to do. So let's just talk about discernment. So discernment is like using your wisdom to figure out, different things, or to overcome different obstacles or problems in your life. And then sometimes to avoid them. So if you truly want to make sure that you level up in your life and you give the people who you are creating your content for value, then you need to be able to discern, am I giving them something that they can use? The first thing you need to do, always check your analytics. If you are a digital creator and you don't check your analytics, you must do that now, because that's going to help you figure out if there are any issues. And if you see that you have issues, what that is going to do is allow you to devise a plan to fix your content. For example, look and see what content actually performed well and look at what content did not perform well. If you have content that did not perform well, try to stay away from creating more content like that, or change it up to where your people will grasp it and they will, be able to get more value from it, and you'll have more engagement, which is what you want. Now, if you do not know how to use analytics, I'm not going to actually go into that here, but there are several YouTube channels and videos out that will help you do that. However, if you would love more info, always let me know in the comment section and I got you. But for now, I want to get to the meat and potatoes of everything so that you know what will work for you. The question here, though, is how do you improve your ability to use your discernment? So if you're a digital creator, what you want to do is, like I said before, analyze what you have been posting using your analytics and see what's been working. If you see something that's been working for you, great. Use that and see if there were any issues that you've had in the past that you had to fix, and see, oh, I fixed this by doing this. And once you start noticing those patterns, you'll be able to give your people what they want in a better fashion, or I guess you would kind of buffer any kind of issues that could possibly happen. Now, this will not be easy at first, but it can be. You have to continue to work on that. Now, the next thing that is one of my favorites is learn how others think. You want to be able to get into the mind of your people, but also you want to be able to get into the mind of people who have done what you do, like they're in your same profession or they're doing what you want to do. Like, read things about them, watch videos about them, learn about them. And when you learn about them, you can get clues as to how they discern things to help them get through issues, or I guess take their occupation, their profession to the next level, which is what you want. Now, here's one that is huge that a lot of people don't like to talk about, because a lot of people don't like to bring the spiritual world into what we do. But listen to your gut. John C. Maxwell, I mean, it's clear. You have to be tuned into your intuition. If prayer is us speaking to God, then intuition is like him speaking to us. And I believe that was Bob Proctor who said that. Definitely think about that gut feeling whenever you are creating content, because that gut feeling is going to help you, I guess, further what you're doing for your people. Because there have been many times, you guys, where I get ready to record something for you all and I realize this is garbage. And guess what I have to do? I have to scrap it and eventually start over, because I want to give you guys something that I know you can use. The second one is focus. Focus, focus, focus. This is so cool because focus is everything. Here's the deal. You want to focus on one thing at a time. And I don't know who said it, but they said, if you chase two rabbits at one time, you will catch neither. So I take from that it's super important to focus on one area at a time. Let's say, for example, you have several different business opportunities that you're working on, and you're using that to create your content. What I would say is master one thing at a time. So if you're just getting started with digital creation, what you need to do is master who your target audience is. So depending on whatever level you're on, master that level first. I say dedicate at least 30 days. And yes, you may do it faster, and yes, you may take a little bit longer, but that's okay. Like, take that time, because if it takes less than 30 days, keep going so that, you know, it will get better and better, because that's what you want. You want to keep leveling up. So if you focus on one thing at a time, you actually grow faster than trying to focus on 10 at a time. I love the fact that John Maxwell broke down focus into like percentages, which I think is just cool. And let me tell you why. He breaks it down. He shows you what's more important to think about and work on, and what's kind of least important. And not necessarily say it's not important at all, but if you focus on these areas, you will actually level up at a quicker pace. So you want to put 70% of your focus on what you're already good at. So what you're good at, you want to put your focus there. And then you want to put like 25% of your focus on new things. So yes, you want new things, but you want to make sure that you're focusing more on your strengths, and then 25% on new things. And then the very last one is your weaknesses. You only want to focus about 5% on your weaknesses. Now, what I've learned is that a lot of digital creators, what they have done is they have been focusing on what they're weak in, and they've been just plummeting. They have not been doing their best because they haven't been putting their energy where their strengths are. And I'm going to break down some things for you guys that John C. Maxwell broke out in his book that has really helped me level up in this area. So first off, what he wants you to do based off those percentages is first work on yourself, then work at your priorities, and then you want to work on your strengths, and then you want to work on your connection with others. Like, this one is super important. How do you improve your focus? So you want to make sure that you shift to your strengths and stop focusing so much on your problems or your weaknesses. Here's what you want to do. You want to literally start listing about 3 to 4 things that you are good at. These things are things that you are strong in, and people come to you for those things. List those things out and think about how often you do them. Do you use most of your time doing it? Do you use most of your resources doing it? Because if you don't, then you're selling yourself short, believe it or not. If you're spending more time working on your weaknesses than you are your strengths, then what you're doing is really tiring yourself out and possibly working yourself to an early grave. And I don't want you to do that. So the next thing you want to do is think about what percentage of your resources are dedicated to your areas of strength, because if you are dedicating your resources to your areas of strength, then what you are doing is elevating yourself in a way, giving yourself leverage so that you are not weakening yourself even more. Then the next thing you want to do is, and this is one of my favorites, you want to staff your weaknesses or outsource them. So there are several people that can work for you, do the things that you are weak in. Now, I personally like to learn how to do everything that I do first before I outsource them or before I hire someone else to do it. So if you're going to hire someone else, make sure you're hiring them first for your weaknesses. And then eventually, once you get to the level where you have truly leveled up in your strengths, then you can start outsourcing them for more things so that you can have more leverage in your life and in your business. So do not be afraid to leverage your weaknesses and outsource them to someone else. I'm going to name the top two that I can think of right away. Fiverr, and you have Upwork, and there's so many more like Outsource Doers, The Doers Way. These are actually companies that will actually give you an assistant, and you pay them either monthly or they have a whole package for you guys. And no, I'm not actually trying to sell you anything of theirs because I'm not affiliated with them at this moment, but I will say that these are companies that I have looked into, and they seem to be right on point with the things that I would need as a digital creator, and I believe that they will be on point with what you will need. So if you decide to do that, then that's totally on you. However, always check out the things that you're interested in. No matter if I say it or not, make sure you check this out because this is for you and your business and your growth. So the next thing you want to do, though, in this situation is create an edge. What can you do to make you stand out to your people? Like, how can you make you so, like, I don't want to say elaborate, but how can you make yourself be the person that people truly feel like they can't live without? Like, think of some of the people, like there's a person that I find myself always finding her stuff because she just, I don't know. It's like I know her, like she just motivates me. It almost feels like she knows me, and that's Oprah Winfrey. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but no, she literally motivates me, and she is one of the people that I actually look for inspiration, motivation, or as I like to say, motivation, because she actually motivates you and she educates you on the way that you could actually level up your life. So that's what I love about her. Now, the next one is actually one of my favorites. And for a long time, this is just who I was because my family was this way. But now it helps me see why I am the way I am. And it's super cool. So this next one is generosity. Generosity is super important. I can't remember who said this, and this may be an unknown source, but your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Like, when you're generous, you lose nothing. And I think I posted something before to that effect on one of my other social media channels, because I want people to know that generosity would never deplete you. And what John C. Maxwell says is that giving is the highest level of living. Like, you got to think about what money is. Money is a currency, like the water, currents, like when currents come in. So money is a currency. It must flow in, must flow out, must flow in, must flow out. So how can you be the person that can do that works for you and helps you level up in your life? So first off, you have to start off by being grateful for whatever you have, not just for what you have, whatever. So a lot of people feel as if something is going wrong in their lives, that they don't have to be grateful for that. However, oftentimes when things are going a way that you don't think they should go, what they're actually doing is strengthening you. They're strengthening you and giving you another dose of wisdom to help you with your discernment. So be even grateful for that. Be joyful even in those times. Count it all joy, because when you count those things all joy, you will start seeing that increase come back to you. Because whatever you put out is always going to come back. So whatever you're generous with, if you're generous with your money, with your time, with your mentorship, whatever it is that you're generous with, those things will come back to you. But even the bad stuff, let's say you're generous with your condemnation, whatever you're generous with is going to come back to you. So keep those things up front in your mind, because you do not want that to come back to you in a way that you don't want. what you want to do besides that is you want to put people first. If you truly want to level up in this digital creation business, you need to put your people first. It's about them. Yes, you're doing the work, but you're doing that work for them, and you will reap the benefits from it. The benefits will come to you, but you must put them first. And when you put them first, they will feel that. It'll be something that they feel, and they'll want to come back for more. So the next thing you want to do is to not allow the desire of things or possessions to overrule your life. This is where a lot of people actually fall short or plummet in any business, the digital creation business, online, offline business, it doesn't matter. They seem to plummet when they start realizing that they're desiring more things, more possessions, and not actually desiring the fullness of life, like just joy, just being happy with what they already have. Now you want to make sure that you look at money or regard money as a resource. Like, for example, use money, don't use people. I don't know who said that quote either, but it's super important in this case that when it comes to your people, that you are loving them and you're using money. You use money and love people, but you don't love money and use people. So if you feel like you're doing that, that's okay. Take a step back, because I'm going to give you some tips momentarily to help you figure out how you can be more people-centered, be more centered towards your target audience, towards your people, because your people are there for you because they love them some you, right? So make sure that you can be the person that they look to for advice, for love, and for genuineness, because that's what they want. So the next thing you want to do is to develop the habit of giving. Whatever it is that you want to give, just start developing that habit. I give in several different ways. I give compliments genuinely. I give like good days and I don't know, advice that seems like it comes out of nowhere, but definitely a part of intuition that comes to me. I give those things. Sometimes I give money, sometimes I give things. I give of my time, I give of my mentorship. Even on YouTube right now, this is a giving situation for me as well. Even if I get paid for it or not, a lot of people like me are on YouTube and they may not be getting paid right now. If they're not getting paid right now, then what's happening is they're giving to you because they truly want to. They truly love doing what they do. So keep that in mind, and you want to do that. You want to give. Here are some tips, and I just gave one away. What you want to do to improve your generosity is to give something away. Now, this is something that when I was a bit younger, I kind of struggled with because I would give stuff away all the time. But you know what I wouldn't give away? I would not give away something that was of value to me. So what I had to do was take the time to make sure that I was actually giving away something that was of value. Because when you give something away that's of value, it lets you know that, okay, you're really about this giving thing. And it just does something within you. And it's like other people can feel that. Like it changes your energy. And people can feel that. People can see that. And people can resonate with that. They can resonate with the fact that you are truly a giving person. Next thing you want to do is put your money to work. Not just for you, but also for others. So like I said before, use money, love people. This is what you want to do in that situation. The next thing you want to do is find someone to mentor. Like there are some things, believe it or not, that you know about that can help someone else. So just take the time out of your busy day or a busy week or month. You don't have to do it all the time. And find someone that you can mentor. Help them get to the next level. And you can do it for free. Like you don't always have to charge. If all the things you do are requiring money, then you're doing it the wrong way. Don't ask me how I know this. I just know that it works because there are principles behind all of this. And you can go and find these principles, and people may call me crazy, but you can find them right out of the Word of God. You can call it the Bible, you can call it the Torah, you can call it the Quran, whatever you call your book of life, that's where those principles come from. So now we want to move to the next one. And this one is probably one of my favorites because I see that it works. And this one is called initiative. So success actually loves action. There is no success without action. If you leave out action, you're leaving out success. You are tainting your future if you leave out action. So here's what successful people do. They know what they want. So today, if you don't know what you want, choose what you want. Write it down. Say, I want this. Like, I know what I want. I want to be the digital creator that people know that they can come to learn from, and they know that I'm going to give them everything I have to help them get to the next level. That's just an overall thing that I want. And there's more. I can go into detail, but I don't have enough time in this video to do that for you. So I'm going to spare you this time. Then you want to make sure that you push yourself to act. If you do not push yourself to act, then you are not going to level up. I mean, it's just going to be impossible. That's just like having action, because success loves action. Success actually loves action and speed, if I want to add that. So the next thing you want to do is take risks, but make sure that you take risks that have the possibility to take you to the next level. Now, yes, it could be a risk that can bring you down, but if it has a higher possibility to take you to the next level, then go that way. That's what I would do. Then you want to make mistakes. I know that sounds crazy, but mistakes help you level up even faster. So most of the successful people that I've read about, watched about, learned about, even myself, have made so many mistakes. These mistakes are the spice of success because they show us the ways that didn't work. So now we have a better strengthening of our discernment to help us move to the next level even quicker. And I don't know, I love it. This is what I love about this. So the next thing you want to do, if you truly want to improve your initiative, you want to change your mindset, like change the way you think. Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. If you truly want to do this, start learning things or looking at things from a different point of view, different perspective. Start listening to, reading books about people who are where you want to go, people who are where you are even possibly, because they can give you a new perspective and help shift your mindset so that you can actually grow and level up quicker in your life and in your business, because I know that's what you want. The next thing I want you to do not wait for an opportunity to come to you, because in most cases, they won't come to you. You have to go out there and make an opportunity. Don't take it, because that's another thing. Never try to take an opportunity. The only thing you want to do is make an opportunity. That's why we have creative abilities. Our creative abilities allow us to make an opportunity. Do you want to reinvent the wheel? Heck, maybe. Maybe you want to reinvent the wheel, or maybe you want to do something totally new. It's totally up to you. Maybe you want to upgrade the design of a wheel. You get it. But my thing is, go out there and make an opportunity for yourself, because it's there. Just tap into the brain cells that you have, because we have this for a reason. We have this intellect for a reason. So use it. Don't abuse it. Do not just let it sit there and go to waste, because it doesn't need to. The next thing you want to do is take the next step, because if you don't take the next step, what you are doing is just sitting where you are, and you will not level up. If you truly want to level up, what I want you to do is take these things seriously. Your level up challenge for this week is to take one of these 4 areas and work on them for 30 days, just like we talked about last time. For me, I know that I am decent in the initiative part and the discernment part. However, sometimes I know that my focus shifts. So figure out where you could use a little more push. And what I want you to do is go in there and look at the tips that I've given you. Rewind, screenshot it, write it down so that you know the things that you need to do. Go out there, do that for me. If you've gotten any good stuff out of this, what I want you to do is give me a like, thumbs up, and definitely share this out if you know someone that this will be beneficial to. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.